Hey guys, Tiff Travels the World here. I am about to go on a couple trips for 2025 and I'm so excited. But I wanted to let y'all know the preparation that goes into my trips because I'm seriously a world traveler and I don't joke around or play around about my health. Now, it might seem like it's all fun and you just get up and you go and you're in another country and you're eating their foods and it's lavish and you're in your beautiful hotel and there's like monkeys outside and like beautiful butterflies and birds. And yes, it is. But before I go on a trip, I actually go to a doctor for immunizations, specifically travel, and give him the actual area I'm going to, and they go into an extensive conversation about the territories that you will be entering. And these in red are warnings for different malaria, different things that can harm you in these areas. Okay. So usually I'm in Africa. This time I'm going to do Bangladesh and next week leaving for Panama. Now, who knew? I never even thought about malaria in these areas. And Panama is not so bad in the areas that we're going, more towards, the tourism and the locks and the things where everybody is. Maybe not so much. But in Bangladesh, he's telling me there's like a mosquito that comes out in the daytime and then a special mosquito that comes out in the nighttime. I'm like, really? Okay, so this is great. Not. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys like it's serious business when you travel, okay? Not only are you looking up like advice from the embassies on safety, but you also have to cover your health. And that's going to require you to have your own records, your own doctor. They're going to look over things for you and tell you what you need to take. So, for Bangladesh, they're recommending malaria medicine. So 2 days before I even travel to that country, I'll break out the malaria medicine, okay? Now, this medication, Atovaquone, I don't even know how to say it, but I'm going to use it up till 7 days after returning as well. So the doctor also gives diarrhea medicine. That's something serious when you go to these other countries. And no, you're not supposed to be drinking the water, but maybe you eat a piece of fruit or something that was washed in their water and you don't realize it, and then you get diarrhea. So you got diarrhea meds. Usually I go the total opposite, to be honest, and I don't go at all because of the stress that travel and everything puts on my body. I get weirded out by the toilet. I think something's coming up from the toilet or a spider's under the lid. Like, yeah, I get a whole host of like why I can't go to the bathroom stuff when I go. So yeah, my trips are amazing, but I do go through a little bit of stuff. To be honest with you, when we cannot use the water, sometimes I feel like I don't even brush my teeth as well. Like I'll floss and I'll brush, but then when I come home, I like to get a cleaning because it's like you can't use all the water you want. You're not digging in. You just are kind of just leery about things that might be on your hand or around you. Anyway, and then the third medication is if you get severe diarrhea. But if you have blood in your stool, then that's a whole nother thing. So I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that you need to look into before you travel, guys. And I actually got 2 shots that I didn't know I was getting. I tell you guys this all the time, like, oh, I got 2 shots, 2 more shots, or I didn't know I was getting this. So anyways, I chose to do the shingles outside of travel, just the shingles in general, because apparently if you've had chickenpox when you were a kid, you can get the shingles when you're older, and they're horrible. I saw my friend break out in shingles and there was just like scars all over his face. It was horrible. And I was like, okay, I don't want to get that, but I'm going to tell you, the shingles shot hurts and there's 2 doses of it. And normally I'm a person that can take shots and it doesn't bother me. And I'm like, oh, that's done and over. Shingles, this is like my 2nd day. My arm is sore still. The first shot, I think it lasted up to like 5 or 6 days. So it's pretty rough, guys. Okay, then I had to get Japanese encephalitis virus. I'm going to a high-risk travel area for that. So I had to get that one and one called Tdap because pertussis am I saying this right, is like out here nowadays. It's like a whooping cough. Sometimes these different diseases go away. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes there's just minimal. But you've got to stay up on this stuff, whether it's yellow fever. Yellow fever, most countries want you to have that. And you only need it once in your life now. Before they were given it a few times, but now it's only once in your life. So I'm just telling you guys, a lot of people I know do not want vaccines. After COVID, it became like a huge thing, but honestly, I've been getting vaccines forever throughout the military because we've always had to go different places. And I trust that therefore are good in these cases. Like I said, they are recommendations. You don't have to have them, but I make sure I have them because you never know what you're going to be around. And there's even more medications if I was supposed to be interacting with like wild monkeys and could potentially get bitten. There's all kinds of stuff. You could have rabies shots. You could have just so many different things. Thankfully, I usually am just getting a booster of something. And my shot record is so thick, it's not even funny, guys. So I'm a person that doesn't get sick after vaccines, flu shots, anything like that. I know I have friends that they take the flu shot and then they get sick. So it just depends on you. I feel like today I even worked out and my arms were so sore and I could barely do all the weights that I normally do. And then I came back and my husband was like, well, why did you do that? You're fighting off, they put like a live piece of an infection in your arm. And that's why your arms hurt, because your body is rushing to the injection site to like fight it off, to build cells, to make you notice that thing. And then if it ever comes into my body again, my body knows how to fight it. So that's how it is, kind of like, I guess, giving you the tiniest piece of something that if you got on your own can make you really sick. So they give you the tiniest piece and then it introduces it to your body. And then your body's like, hey, what is that? Let's fight. And they fight it. So if they ever see it again, they're like, oh, that was that thing we fought before. Boom. It's not even going to affect you. That's how the vaccines are supposed to work, guys. I know a lot of you are against them, but like I'm saying, I'm doing my vaccines. The other year, I had to get a polio vaccine. I was like, polio? Hasn't that been going forever? In different countries, stuff is not going forever. In different countries, things can happen. Even when I come back from Africa, like, I'm not supposed to give blood for like years. Like, the countries are very particular about protecting us from different things from outside that we don't have in our country. So just know, like, this is serious stuff, guys. So not even talking about the embassy or the reports on whether you should travel somewhere or not, or how safe it is, your health, I'm just telling you, it's a big deal. This is a whole traveler report that I got. And basically it talks about the current health bulletins, current safety, vaccines, just, it gives you so much information on what you could be exposed to. And basically, this is a small risk that you take when you travel, but I wouldn't say that it would ever keep me from traveling. So don't be afraid of it, guys. Even when COVID first started, there was this thing where a lot of countries wouldn't let you come in if you didn't have your COVID shot. I know some of you still didn't get it. But I wanted to travel, so I was like, never had a problem with vaccines, so I'll take it, blah, 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 done and one and done and over. I know it's all up to you. And you could go to these countries and you probably would be just fine. But I'm not a person that wants to figure it out. I don't want to be exposed to, I think Zika virus is also one, but Zika virus really only matters if you're pregnant. You remember, back when it was a thing, it was making the babies be born with like smaller heads. So it has to do with pregnant women, stuff like that. But guys, just don't forget about this part of traveling. And I know some of my people aren't here right now. I'm not traveling because I don't want that. Don't let it keep you from doing what you want to do, but definitely look out for your health. You don't want to be sick because you went someplace that you thought was going to be amazing and then you got sick. And there's some places you're just going to get sick because you're not used to it. Every time anyone has ever gone to Korea, the first time, they get what we call the Korean crud. And any of you military guys, remember, you probably had the Korean crud. Like, that was my base for a lot of my service. So anyways, I'm just saying, guys, travel seems all fun and good and great, but you got to do what it takes to take care of you. Thank you for listening, guys. I'm Tiff Travels the World. I leave for Panama this week, next week, Bangladesh. And I thank you for tuning in and your interest. Love you.